Hello friends, welcome back to the Zarathaxx YouTube channel. How are you doing today? This white t-shirt makes me look like a ghost on camera. Why? I'm gonna change, hold up. Let's, is this better? I mean, kind of. Right? Like, with the red? Okay, I kind of look like a Christmas tree, but like, whatever. Hold on, wait, I just need to like, my chest is just massive, hold on. I'm here on my balanced character today, and I am in the world of Kingsisle. You might be looking at this because my last installment of my solo balance series I was in Zafaria for. So you might be like, why are we in Kingsisle right now? How did this happen? As you can see in the top left corner, I am level 98. I'm gonna explain this later towards the end of the video because this video is not to explain how I got to this point, it's to explain what comes next. Basically, I have gotten to the point on my character in Kingsisle where I have finally learned Shadow Magic, and as you can see here, I have learned the Shadow Trickster spell. Basically, once you get to the Moon Cliffs a while into this world, you will enter the Eclipse Tower via this little cool like platform, and they basically revamped the entire introduction to Shadow Magic by explaining the new Shadow spells. Basically, every school now gets their own Shadow transformation. So I'm the Balance School, I get the Trickster, the Death gets the Shepherd, so on and so forth, and every school basically now has their own like fusion formulas with Shadow spells, as you can see. So it's very cool. It offers a new and different way for you to like go about Shadow Magic, and they're not just like one-time transformations you'd use like only in PvP really. Overall, the system's like kind of cool. I still need to like work with this and like use it a little bit like in practice because I obviously don't have my DARKmoor spell yet, so I'll give my thoughts on this more when I get to that point. Part of this though was this NPC here, Sophia Darkside, that now has a new mandatory main quest, at least through Kingsisle. I don't know if they have you do it later if you've already gotten past this point, but my character, being freshly in Kingsisle, just talked to Sophia Darkside, and she had a little dungeon instance where she basically explains how the new transformations work. Which, speaking of, if you were unable to hit the right click button, please for the love of God translate this sentence to me in like normal English. They basically made all the transformations like gambits. Like, you will get a damage aura, you'll steal the enemy's pip if you have charms every turn on yourself that you're able to sacrifice, which like for a balanced wizard isn't that like tasking because you can just spirit or elemental blade and you'd be fine. But I'm still also kind of confused why they would complicate this so much further than just fix it. This quest is also like super buggy. My game totally like stopped loading and crashed at some point.
Let's prepare for this pact by casting a blade. Call upon the Shadow Shrine. Let its power and shape envelop you.
But the main part of this is the quest afterwards. As you can see, Sophia has the quest for me restoring the past, and she tells me to go seek for Una Moondancer afterwards to basically continue my journey now that I have acquired Shadow Magic. And this is where the problem is. If I go to Bastion and I go up to where Una Moondancer is supposed to be, you will quickly realize that there is a much bigger problem here. Because as I'm making my way over there, you will find that she is just absent and not in her spot anymore. Una is supposed to be standing right here, you're supposed to talk to her, and that's how you move on with the game. I am physically soft blocked. Obviously they're going to patch this and fix this at some point, but I literally cannot progress my character any further because this is part of my main quest. I have to talk to Una Moondancer to continue the story, and this is a big problem. I've tried everything. I've restarted my game. I've switched realms. As you can just see, I went back to the Eclipse Tower to see if maybe she was stuck there or something. Nothing has worked. I did this quest as of yesterday, so I don't know. The bigger picture I want to paint here is, I don't want to say laziness, but I just want to say like maybe perhaps a lack of effort from the end of Kingsisle. This has gone through, hopefully, internal testing, an entire test realm, and now being released to live realm, and this is still an issue in the game. I understand that a much smaller percent of the people in the Darkmoor update are actually going through Kingsisle. They were trying to polish out the quirks with the actual world of Darkmoor. But for the people who are at this point, and if you want to revamp the main quest of Kingsisle, because again, that was a main quest to go through the Shadow tutorial, if you want to make this a main quest, you would also presumably have to make sure this is entirely smoothed out as well. I posted the same thing to Twitter where somebody said, yep, it's a bug report, or, you know, just email support and they might be able to just like breeze you through this quest as well, or like skip the quest for you. But at the end of the day, you should not need to do that for a main quest in the game. If this was something like a side quest where a boss was just like unkillable, or you couldn't talk to someone, okay, maybe you can like email support and they'll get back to you eventually. But I physically can't continue questing with this character, which is frustrating because my solo balance series is a long project I have in the works right now. The next installment, again, as you can see, I'm like so close to level 99. I was going to make a DARKmoor installment where I was going to explain everything and kind of like be like a warp jump, and then everything else behind it I was going to update at the same time. Very long story. Again, I will explain when we get to that point. But I physically am locked from making content, from, you know, going further in the story until this is presumably fixed. I don't understand, with all the resources they allocated, with, again, an entire test realm of people presumably having to go through this as well. Maybe less so that, but from an internal perspective, I don't know how an entire character being deleted and not put into the main game is just like, okay, like, I'm hitting my X key right now. She's not even like just invisible. I'm not even able to just like talk to her anyways. Like, I'm just locked and my character is stuck at this point. I know a lot of people have had issues or like weird things to say about the new shadow spells and the enhancements and the fusion spells and stuff. I'm not really well versed into that aspect. I don't even have a character that's finished Wallaroo yet. So when my balance character gets there, or if I ever, you know, want to play on my fire wizard and get past that point, I'll be more inclined to share my opinion then and, you know, talk about this more. But for now, again, I have to go through this more to really define my views on it. But for now, I hope these side quests are going to be able to get me to level 100, because again, I still want to create a video, or actually, surprise, surprise, I actually might have been thinking about live streaming my DARKmoor runs on this character, just to like, you know, engage with my community more. And I think it'd be really fun to even just try out to see how that would go on my channel. So yeah, all in all is to say, I don't know how this didn't get past, you know, multiple rounds of testing. Hey, me in the morning here. It's actually light outside and I don't look like an egg. I went to sleep, woke up today, and was reviewing this and editing this, and I was like, wow, I sound real accusatory and like real like demanding. I just want to leave a little note at the end of this video now that I don't hate this game. I don't hate the developers. I don't think they're bad people. They certainly had a lot on their plate trying to make an entire new world. They definitely spent a lot more effort into like the teasers and the social media aspect of this, and I think they did a stellar job producing the world of DARKmoor. I was mainly just venting my frustration with smoothing out the kinks, and especially, like I said, if you're going to revamp a main quest in Kingsisle, a world that is literally over a decade old, that's where my frustration came from. This video also mainly was a like update, because once again, my balance series hasn't been updated in close to a month, I think, at this point, and also my channel hasn't been updated in quite a while. So yeah, I have a lot of projects going on with this channel. All of them are taking me like a lot of time, and I know I'm kind of used to uploading on like a 3-day, 4-day kind of schedule. So yeah, that's all I wanted to do with this video. Thank you. And that brings me to my last point, which is just related to me and my balance run. Like I said in the beginning, I haven't posted an update to my solo balance run since Zarathaxx, and let me explain why. What I had in mind was that I was going to go through at the end of Kingsisle 1 or after my DARKmoor video and kind of lump everything into a really big like movie. So if you've been wondering where my Avalon video, my Azteca video has been, because if you look in my badge section, I'm actually currently equipped that badge, but I've done all of that for Azteca and I've done all of it for Avalon as well. If you've been wondering where those videos have been, I was going to make it into like a mega compilation, because those worlds in Arc 2 are notoriously some of the longest in the game, and I feel like it would give me much more of a purpose to kind of lump them all together, because the solo balance videos are very long and very hard to produce. So yeah, that's where that series been. That's where I'm currently at. I'm going to see if these side quests are able to get me to level 100, and then expect a DARKmoor gear update, because again, that is the biggest power spike we're ever going to get on this wizard for a long time. So yeah, Invisible Una Moon Dancer, that's all I have for you today. Stay awesome, stay cool, thanks for supporting my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.